The Atlassian suite of products are built to work together as a team. Whether it is Crowd, Confluence, JIRA, Stash, FishEye and Crucible, Bamboo, or HipChat, the Atlassian design guidelines will ensure that your users have a seamless user experience that will allow them to be as productive as possible from the start. Your users only need to log in once using Crowd Identity Management. When you use the Crowd Identity Management, users can come from anywhere: Active Directory, LDAP, Crowd itself, or any mix. Control permissions to all your applications from one place. So when your users have logged in the morning, regardless which application they log in, they do not need to log in again. This ensures that your users are focused on working rather than on navigating the tools. The Atlassian suite of products also provides this menu so that you don't have to worry about URLs and saving bookmarks. It's a convenient way for your users, again, to focus on getting work done rather than navigating your applications. Confluence is where your team can create, organize, and discuss work. Confluence allows you to capture the knowledge that's often lost in email boxes and shared network drives. Your users have their own dashboard when they log into Confluence. In their dashboard, they quickly get a view of what's happening that day and what's up and coming, as well as the latest updates that have happened on Confluence while they were away. So they can quickly get an update of what's happening in your organization. The Atlassian design standards ensure that, again, the look and feel for your users is the same across all Atlassian products. You have the common menu up on top, the quick access, as we talked about before. Searching is available, so you can quickly get to your information. And of course, they can quickly look at what's happening for their user. The searchability in Confluence gives you your latest searches so that you don't have to think about, well, what was that document I was searching about yesterday? Your most used searches and most frequent searches are displayed to you instantly in the list. And the searching in Confluence is very quick. So you can quickly narrow down what you're looking for and get to what you want within just a couple of clicks. As well, your users are notified of any changes or things happening. If they get a task assigned to them within Confluence or get any notification with an @ mention on any page, they will get notification up here in the notification menu, and they can click on it and quickly see what's happening. If they got something assigned to them, they can reply to it, they can like it, they can open it directly, and quickly take action on any question that somebody might have. This increases your team collaboration and makes sure that the decisions are made quickly. Confluence provides your teams with their own spaces. You can use spaces to organize your team and make sure that they have all of the information at their fingertips within one common area. Things like meeting notes, product requirements, your team Scrum board link, all at their fingertips. The sidebar is totally customizable. If you want more real estate on your screen, you can minimize it. Again, following the Atlassian design standards, all of the Atlassian products have this sidebar. You can add links to external sites if you wish, using the configurable sidebar. So you can organize everything for your team in one area so they don't have to go searching for information. Confluence also provides with the Team Calendar plugin the ability to set up calendars for your team. Create a team sprint calendar so you know when your sprints are happening, when your grooming is going on, retrospectives are planned, sprint kickoff, and your deployments. As well, your Team Calendars plugin allows you to add in events, keep track of travel dates for team members, leaves, birthdays, and you can even add in your own customized events. This way, you have one calendar for your team, and you know how your team is doing on their deliverables, as well as any things that may come up that could slow them down to get their job done. Confluence also allows you to create various different reports and things that you can use to, again, bring all the information across the Atlassian platforms. You can create meeting notes. You can create your retrospectives to see how it went. And the retrospectives is also available from JIRA directly into Confluence. Create those product requirements. And then from the product requirements, create JIRA so that you get the work done. Need a status report for JIRA? You're able to create dynamically status reports that come straight from JIRA without having to worry about it. Just pick your project, click Create, and you quickly have a status report of what's happening with your release for that project. The JIRA reports gets dynamically added to the space shortcuts, so you don't have to go looking for them. And you get a view on how your release is doing. If you need to see the actual issues in a release, this is where you can click on it, and you can see what are the issues or the details of the issues directly in JIRA. You're also able to do that same status report directly in Confluence. Want to see how your team is doing on their Scrum? Just click on the link, and you quickly get a view how the sprint is going for your team. Confluence also comes with a native viewer of files. So if you have some files you want to view, and you don't have the viewer, Confluence natively handles over 80 different files. You don't actually need a separate viewer to view files. View files such as Word docs, Excel sheets, JPEGs, 80 of the most common file types are natively handled by the Confluence viewer. JIRA is built for software teams. Whether you're running a Scrum, Kanban, or any variation of these types of software teams, JIRA will get your team running. It's easy to use out of the box with an intuitive user interface that follow Atlassian's design guidelines. No extensive training is required for your team. JIRA will help your organization and your team talk the same language. And by talking the same language, it will help you deliver quality software quicker. Now let's take a look at some of the power of JIRA. JIRA has user dashboards that are customizable using gadgets. The gadgets represent different information coming from different systems as well as across the Atlassian suite of family, where you can bring other information from the other products. The dashboards are by user. You can create team dashboards and share these team dashboards so that everyone on the team has the same view. The Atlassian design standards provide the same menu options along the top so that you know what you have access to, the same search bar so that a user can easily search a JIRA issue and get to the information they need as quickly as possible. As well, the user always has access to their menu here on the side so that they can get back to their most used options as quickly as possible. If you want to know how your project is going, you can quickly get to the Agile view. And in the Agile view, you get the common sidebar that is the same for all of Atlassian's projects. You can expand the sidebar and get the same view or similar view. You can reduce it. And you can go from looking at your backlog to your active sprints. This view allows users to quickly move stuff to in progress or to see what's in code review in your stash repository, get statuses on releases so that you know where you're at with your release. JIRA also has lots of reporting abilities, whether it's a burn down chart, a sprint review, velocity. Lots of reports that you can get the information you need to know and make a decision. In order to look at issues, you can quickly click here and it'll bring you to the summary detailed view, in which you have a summary down the side of all the issues for your project, and you have a detailed view. You can go to the list view, and in the list view you are able to customize your columns and see the information you want in a list type format. And the list type format is sortable. Many of the columns are sortable so that you can quickly get to the information and understand how your project is going. The JIRA queries that we're performing up here use JIRA's JQL language. Very powerful. And you can create and share these filters. You can save them and share them with a group so that everyone has the same view. The JIRA detail screen allows you to see quickly what's happening on a JIRA issue, who's assigned to it, who's the reporter, who are the watchers that are watching the issue, want to be updated, dates, links to your development branches that have been opened, the commits, the pull requests, code reviews that are ongoing, able to see on which Agile sprint you're on, as well as if you wanted to start up a HipChat discussion, you can quickly connect and create a HipChat room for a discussion on this particular issue. You're also able to see if any builds that are coming off your Bamboo server. So all the information you need at your fingertips. JIRA makes it easy to add a description or change. Without opening extra windows. The editor is fully functional with all of the functions you would expect of any editor. And you can decide to not make a change. So anywhere you see the little pencil, you can make these changes without having to open another screen. Everything that the user can do is either accessible on the top, quickly comment on an issue, go see the issue on your Agile board and see what the status is. And from your Agile board, you're able to look at your backlog and how things are doing. JIRA provides you 3 levels of granularity for your Scrum projects, your epics, your stories, and your tasks. Easily create epics without having to go into other screens. And get all the information you need on your issue getting the same level of detail without having to go to another screen right from this one interface. Easily accessible buttons, and you can see the same information, create branches in your Stash repository and or other repositories straight from this interface. So your team, your dev team, can get to developing the code and not having to do updates. This is just some of the power of JIRA. But JIRA is not just for software teams, it's also for marketing, manufacturing, service desk teams, HR teams, or really any other team that needs tracking of their work. Once you implement JIRA, it will become the central nervous system for communication in your team. Stash is the only collaborative Git solution that massively scales. On-premise source code management for Git that's secure, fast, and enterprise grade. Create and manage repositories, integrate with JIRA for end-to-end traceability, set up fine-grained permissions, collaborate on code, and instantly scale with high performance. The Atlassian tools integrate better than ever, with best practices baked right in to guide you through the development flow. They work together to get you from issue creation to coding and merging effortlessly. Bump up your code quality with regular code reviews. Stash offers lightweight code review via pull requests, which encourage peer review and gets teams talking about their code. And Stash is extensible. There are lots of plugins in the Atlassian marketplace that will help extend Stash beyond the robust functionality that comes with Stash. With JIRA's integration into the development tools, teams have one highly visible source of truth for all relevant information related to an issue, from its creation to development, testing, and deployment. So let's look at this issue that's here on Code Review. And clicking on it will show you a status of your JIRA, gives you some view into the Bamboo branches, Bamboo builds that are available, and you have the view into what's happening on the development tools. Here you have your pull request that's open. Click on it and you instantly get a view on what's happening here. So you have one open pull request, a merged pull request, and a declined pull request. Let's take a look at the opened pull request. So in Stash, you'll notice once again the Atlassian design guidelines have been followed with the convenient sidebar where you can open and close it. And in the pull requests here, you'll see it's open. Here is the branch that's been opened to fix the bug, and the request is being made to merge it into the master branch. We can see that we have Kevin that has done a review on it already. And there is one other reviewer that has not yet approved. We'll see what happened there. So here we have inline commenting of the code, where Kevin is looking at the change and has brought in Max into a review and saying, should we incorporate the same changes into another JIRA issue? So for myself that's looking at it here, I can easily click and get the status on the JIRA issue. Straight from here without going out. I can reply directly if I was Max. I can even create a task here and assign it to someone to get them working on it. I can see the commits that have been done from here. And up on top here, we see we have one build. Clicking on the build shows us the Bamboo builds, where it shows that it's been successful. The build has built with the commit that was done. So at this point, I can decide, okay, well, I'm going to merge. I'll click in the merge, and here we see that the bug fix branch is being merged into the master. I can choose to delete the source branch after the merging, so I don't leave unnecessary branches lying around to cause confusion. and I can add and there we go. And we've now merged it in, and you can see that the merge was done by myself at this time. Other functionalities you can see in Stash, you can easily clone the repositories, and repositories can be linked up to a project. The projects are not directly related to your JIRA projects, but can be if that's how you choose to implement it. You can create the branches from here. You can create another pull request on this particular change. You can fork in the branch if you had some emergency fix to be done. We can easily look at the source if we wanted to look at some of the code. And this is from the master branch. I can quickly drill down and look for more branches if I wanted to look at other code. I can look at all of the commits that have been done. I always have my links to my JIRA issues here, so if ever I wanted to see what was the information on the JIRA issue, I can click on it and see that it's in code review. If I wanted to look at more of the details, I can easily click on it and I can see the actual code that was added in. It's color-coded, so green for added, red for removed, in different color schemes. I can add in a comment here and say, so that Jennifer, that's done the code, has gotten my feedback on her code. Here's my master branch and all of my branches that have been kicked off for the various JIRA issues. And using Git allows you to do branching by feature, which is one of the key benefits of using Agile development. If you can do branching by feature, then you're able to work, deliver a build with a testable code at the end of every sprint by feature. So you can decide to release a feature if it's ready and not release another feature if it has just not met the quality that you're expecting. FishEye provides a read-only window into your Subversion, Perforce, CVS, Git, and Mercurial repositories, all in one place. Keep a pulse on everything about your code. Visualize and report on activity, integrate source with JIRA issues, and search for commits, files, revisions, or people. Crucible is code review for Subversion, CVS, and Perforce, and more. And both of the tools integrate through JIRA. Let's look at this JIRA and see how both FishEye and Crucible help to provide insight into what's happening with this issue. We can see that we have two branches, and you'll see that in one window you're able to not just see the FishEye Crucible activity, but as well as the stash. So if you have multiple repositories with different code management systems, there's no worry. JIRA will integrate to either one of them. From here we can quickly click on it and we can see that there is a branch open to fix the bug. We could create a review right here without having to leave JIRA if that's what's required. Or we can click in and go into FishEye and Crucible to see what's happening. In here we'll see all of the branches and the tags that have been created. We're able to see to drill down to particular branches. You can get insight into the commits that were done for the bug fixes, as well as the merge activity that was done. You can get an idea of the users you have and how many commits they've been doing and how they're doing. And we can come back up. And if we wanted to look for a particular change, we can easily filter the commits. And we've now filtered any commits that have occurred with the issue TIS 57 that we're looking for. FishEye Crucible also tracks any requests for reviews that you may have received as a developer on the team, recent reviews you did. If you wanted to go back to the JIRA issue, we can see it here, click on it and get the information. Quickly come back to JIRA if that's what we needed to do. And if we wanted to see the specific commit that was made, you click on the commit and you instantly see the changes that were made. We can see lines that were deleted and added in red and in green. Quickly do compares. You see which branch you're on and what the commit number that it was made under. As well, you can add a comment here and say that it looks good, so that Alana gets notified. Or if it doesn't look good, and you say, well, you know what? You can quickly indicate it, that it looks like a defect. It will indicate it as red, and Alana will get notified of the defect. Bamboo is a continuous integration and delivery tool that ties automated builds, tests, and releases together in a single workflow. It works great alongside JIRA and Stash, providing a fully traceable deployment pipeline. From any JIRA issue, you can look at which builds are associated to a JIRA issue and get a quick status with the little check mark showing that you have 2 builds that have been successfully executed on Bamboo. If you need the information on the builds, you can see here in the Bamboo branches that have been created to run tests against. You can click on here and get the information here and the test that passed and how long it took. And if you needed more information, you can quickly go into Bamboo and see what was executed for the given build. We can see here that we've had 6 builds, 100% successful, and their average duration when running the builds with the tests. If we wanted more information as to branches that were associated to a given fix, any recent failures that may have happened, any tests, or any JIRA issues that may have been opened and linked to certain builds, you can see them here. Bamboo also allows you to look at the deployment statuses into various environments. And here we see that we've had builds deployed from the master branch into both QA and into production. If you need more details on what happened in a given build, you can see in the detailed screen the build results summary, showing you if there were any new failures, existing failures, quarantined or skipped builds. And we can see here that it's been deployed to QA with success and not made it to production yet, this build. Bamboo also allows you to track your tests by different types of tests, your functional tests and integrated tests. So you can then run builds in multiple types of tests and in multiple environments in parallel so you don't have to wait to run one set of builds before starting on another. Bamboo provides you the ability to develop build by pipelines, both for unit testing, integration testing, QA, and production. This allows you to run tests simultaneously in multiple environments and to get results back to your developers as early as possible. If an issue does come up from a given build, the link to it, you can easily type it in and save it, and it'll get linked. If you want to see previous history on builds, you can easily click along the top here, successful builds and unsuccessful builds. If you wanted to execute and run a certain build, just click on the little play button, and that build is then, tests are being executed against that build for that plan. Lots of organizations have hundreds of builds running, and Bamboo does provide an easy way to filter. You can set up your favorite plans that you want to see, so that when you come to your Bamboo dashboard, you will only get the information that is important to you.